Hello my friends, how are you? I hope you are all fine and doing well. Again, tonight we are going to have our second live program from Dadware page. As you know, tonight we are going to have a very nice topic on criminal law. And our topic tonight is a comparative consideration on the elements of the crime. It means that tonight we are going to talk about the elements of the crime in English, and you are going to learn some new words. First, I would like to introduce one of my colleagues who, of course, who is tonight with me, and she is going to help us tonight in our topic, and we are going to discuss this topic with her tonight. My colleague tonight is Mrs. Maryam Farahani. She is a lawyer, she is a legal practitioner, she is a legal counselor, and she is a PhD candidate. And tonight, with the help of her, we are going to talk about, of course, elements of the crime in English. So, I hope that tonight we are going to have a very nice and helpful and fruitful program all together. And at times I try to speak Farsi if there are some words that you don't know. خب بعض وقتا هم سعی میکنم همونطور که خدمتتون گفتم با فارسی هم صحبت بکنیم تا اگر لغاتی هست که متوجه نشدید احیانا بتونید اونها رو هم متوجه بشید. Before we start the discussion with Mrs. Farahani, as I told you, I would like to review some of the words that I told you in the last 3 sessions. In the last 3 sessions, we talked about some criminal words. در جلسات قبلی ما در خصوص یک سری لغات جزایی با هم صحبت کردیم. And tonight, at the very beginning, I am going to review those words because tonight we are going to use them very much. We are going to use those words very much tonight. And the first word is actus reus, that tonight in our discussion, بچه discussion میشه بحث. Tonight in our discussion, we are going to use them. The first one is actus reus, that is the, I can say, physical element of the crime or the material element of the crime, یا همون بحث عنصر مادی جرم هستش. actus reus هست. The second word that I already taught you is mens rea, and that is the intention of a criminal. Intention, it means that the قصد, قصد مجرمانه. And I think that you are familiar with the word of crime. Crime, you know the word. Crime is something which is against the law. Crime is something or is an act which is against the law. همون جرم میشه. And the word criminal that you know is مجرمانه. So we have actus reus as the عنصر مادی جرم. We have mens rea as به عنوان عنصر معنوی جرم. Crime میشه جرم, and criminal, as I told you, is the adjective of the crime. And we are waiting for Ms. Maryam Farahani, as I told you. She is one of my colleagues, and tonight we are going to discuss the elements of the crime. That is a comparative study. It means that we are going to compare civil law with, of course, common law. قصد داریم که امشب سیویل لا رو با در حقیقت کامن لا مقایسه بکنیم on the elements of the crime, در خصوص در حقیقت عنصرهای جرم. So we are waiting for Mrs. Maryam Farahani to join us. I think she will join us very. Hello, Ms. Farahani. How are you? Good night. I am very happy to see you again here in our live program.
Hello, Mr. Tahiri. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this live. Today's live topic, as you said, is a comparative consideration on elements of crime. So basically, we are looking at the elements of crime in common law, and at the end, we are going to compare
very good.
with other legal systems.
Okay, continue, please.
اگه میخواین ترجمه کنم
یه سری جاهایی که احساس میکنید که یه خورده سخت هست رو میخواید حالا بعضی جاهاش رو حالا با توجه به اینکه ممکنه که دوستان حالا متوجه نشم برخی جا رو همشون نه به فارسی حالا اگه لازم بود خودتون یا یه سری جا رو لازم بود خودم میگم. But before we start, Mrs. Farahani, of course, I introduced you to my, of course, friends tonight. Again, for those who just joined us, again, I would like to introduce you to our friends tonight, Mrs. Farahani. As I told you, she is a lawyer and she is a legal practitioner. And from now on, we are going to have more clips with Ms. Farahani, of course, on specialized legal English. And together we will have a lot of good programs for you in our in Dadwara, of course, page. Just before you start, Ms. Farahani, there is something wrong with your camera because we can't see your face completely. I mean, you need to change your camera a little more. Now it's better. Yes, now it's better. Yes, it's better. Okay. So you can start. We are at your service. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. Okay. I believe this will be saved, so no one would be worried if they cannot stay with us, or you think that I don't know if you want to continue, or do you think that it's okay, to speak in English?
Okay, as I told you, please try to speak very slowly and clearly because most of the people now in our lives, they are not English speakers, and maybe we have different people with different levels of English. So we try to speak very slowly, very simply, so that everybody can understand. Anyway, if there are some parts that they don't understand, we can change to Farsi and, of course, tell the words. Okay, go ahead, please.
Okay. But before starting, let me emphasize that what we are trying to achieve through these lives and programs are mainly practicing legal English, which is the language of international law. And unfortunately, it's not ordinary law. ordinary English. قبل از شروع اجازه بدین که روی موضوع تاکید کنم که اون چیزی که ما اینجا میخوایم به دست بیاریم در واقع تمرین لیگال انگلیش هستش که متفاوت هستش از جنرال انگلیش و متاسفانه زبان انگلیسی معمولی نیستش. It's English which has been affected by the input of Romans and Latins, the Anglo-Saxons invading England, German tribes moving to England at the end of 5th century, I believe, the Norman conquered in 11th century. So it includes lots of old English words. These words are not used by ordinary English native speakers even. But a lawyer, in order to read a case or legal articles and books, needs to know it. So I recommend, everyone watching this program that beside joining us in this type of programs and lives, practice the general English as well by watching movies and TV series, reading cases, books, articles, and any other sources. If there is
I think it was very clear for, of course, our people just now. You just talked about the importance of learning legal English, and of course, if there are some questions that maybe you don't understand, or if there are some words that guys now in the live that you don't understand, you can ask us. Don't worry, you can type. And you can ask us to explain more for you if there are some parts that you don't understand. Okay, I think it was important. Thank you very much.
So let's get back to the elements of crime. The elements that prosecutor must prove it in order to convict somebody of a crime. عناصر یا ارکانی که مقام تعقیب پروسیکیوتور باید ثابت کنه تا شخصی رو بتونه محکوم به در واقع ارتکاب جرمی بکنه. These two fundamental elements, as you said, are mens rea and actus reus. These are Latin terms meaning guilty mind and guilty act. این دو عنصر اصطلاحات لاتین هستند به معنای ذهن مجرمانه یا همونطور که گفتید عنصر معنوی، رفتار یا عمل مجرمانه actus reus یا همون عنصر مادی. Let's look at mens rea. This is the hardest element to prove because it has to do with minds, and it's hard to find out what people are thinking about. من دلم میخواد که یک به فارسی این رو برگردیم، چون ما حتی تو قانون اساسیمون تو مبحث حقوق ملت هم میگیم که تفتیش عقاید، میگم اصل 23 باشه، میگه تفتیش عقاید ممنوعه و هیچ کس رو نمیشه به جرم داشتن عقیده مورد تعرض یا مؤاخذه قرار داد. بنابراین این المنتی هستش که اثباتش کار راحتی نیستش. Actually, Mesriel looks at knowledge and intent of the person who has committed a crime. Intent قصد، knowledge علم هستش و committed
It is something internal, we can say, Ms. Farahani. We can say it is something internal, not external, yes? It is something internal within the mind of a...
Something which goes in the
Mm-hmm.
mind. Yeah, exactly. So in order to mens rea, you need to show that the one meant to do it. That a reasonable person would have been aware of the consequences of such action. پس بنابراین باید فرد قصد intention رو داشته باشه که عملی رو مرتکب بشه و یک reasonable person، یه شخص متعارف
خب یه لغت خیلی خوبی رو اینجا گفتید. الان من به دوستانی که الان دارن لایو رو نگاه میکنم بگم، حالا کماکم ما یه سری لغات هم بهشون بگیم که دوستان یاد بگیرن، چون حالا امکان تایپ کردن نداریم. بحث reasonable person که الان سرکار خانم فرانی فرمودن، reasonable person میشه شخص متعارف که در بحث‌های حقوقی ما هم در حقوق مدنی و هم در کریمینال لا خیلی باش برخورد میکنیم. این لغات رو یاد بگیرید بچه‌ها، چون ما هدفمون این نیستش که الان بخوایم بحث علمی بکنیم. We are not going to have I can say a scientific discussion just now. We are going to learn English. We are going to learn some legal English words. That's why we are having this live now. So at the same time, we are going to teach you some new words. And the first one, as she said, it is a reasonable person or انسان متعارف یا شخص متعارف. Okay, go ahead, please.
Of course, not all wrongdoing, wrong actions are by criminal intention. For example, recklessness and negligence are frequently discussed under the heading of mens rea. همه جرایم به صورت عمدی و با قصد بزه اتفاق نمیافتند. یه وقتی فاعل مرتکب فعلی میشه که در اون عمد نداشته، اما به خاطر یه عناصری مثل recklessness که ما این رو توی فارسی نداریم، یعنی یک معادلی برای recklessness اگه بخوایم ترجمهش کنیم باید بگیم بی‌پروایی. negligence رو داریم که غفلت و سهل‌انگاری هستش. exactly. حالا خود این recklessness باز به دو قسمت تقسیم میشه. این رو به فارسی میگم کنینگهام و کالدول. ما این دوتا رو نداریم. کنینگهام شخص بی‌پرواست که اقدام به یه امری میکنه که در امکان آسیب به جان و مال دیگران وجود داره، در واقع به یه عملی مبادرت میکنه که تو اون خطر وجود داره و این خطر غیر قابل توجیه هستش. حالا اگه این شخص به این خطر آگاهی داشته باشه، مبادرت به اقدام بکنه، بهش میگیم بی‌پروایی کنینگهام یا به نوعی میشه گفت بی‌پروایی شخصی. اما اگه این عمل خطرناک غیر قابل توجیه رو مرتکب بشه، خودش به اون خطر آگاه نباشه، اما یک انسان متعارف و reasonable و معقول خطرناک بودن اون رو درک کنه.
Okay, and now I have just a question to ask you. Yeah, very good. Now I have just a question to ask you.
I wanted to say that, the other, the intention in the common law and the, our legal system, they are, they are the same. This is
okay, now I'm going to ask you, do you have my voice, Ms. Farahani? Do you hear me well? Okay, very good. Now you are talking, yeah, I have got your voice. Now you are talking about the elements of the crime. Okay, are we talking about the elements of the crime in civil law or in common law?
Let me finish with the actus reus, just briefly, passing through actus reus, because there is another element, causation, and then I will go to compare these two systems, if you let me. Actus reus is much easier to improve because it comes to this simple fact that did they actually do it? And the answer is much more easier to find out due to physical evidence, because there are, here some words that I want to, if you let me, to introduce again. Physical evidence, witness testimony, and forensics. همونطور که گفتم دیگه در واقع اکسسوریز یا اون عنصر مادی خیلی راحت تر هستش اثباتش. چرا؟ چون در واقع میشه شواهد فیزیکی جرم هست یا همون physical evidence، witness testimony که میشه شهادت شهود، و forensics پزشکی قانونی. Exactly. But please bear in mind that the actus reus element is generally considered to include the doctrine of conduct, including commission and omission. خود بحث این actus reus یا عنصر مادی شامل دکترین رفتار هم میشه یا
کاش لغات رو به صورت واضح‌تر به بچه‌ها بگیم. این کانداکت دقیقاً درست فهمیدید. کانداکت بچه به معنی رفتار هست، یعنی داکترین آف کانداکت، یعنی دکترین رفتار که حالا خودش شامل دو تا بخش میشه، یه کمیشن میشه، یه امیشن میشه. کمیشن بحث ارتکاب جرم هست، عمل فیزیکی هستش. امیشن معنای منفی داره، یعنی ترک، در حقیقت یه کاری رو انجام ندی، عدم ارتکاب هستش دقیقاً. So we have commission که قبلا توی بحثمون بچه‌ها بحث کمیت رو داشتیم، اگه خاطرتون باشه میگفتیم commit a crime میشد ارتکاب جرم رو مرتکب شدن. اسم کمیت میشه کمیشن، یعنی ارتکاب، یعنی انجام دادن، فعل مادی مثبت که منفیش میشه چی؟ در حقیقت ترک فعل میشه. پس امیشن داریم و کمیشن داریم. Thank you. You can continue please.
And now, in order to know someone criminally liable, the elements generally need to be present simultaneously. حالا برای اینکه یک نفر به لحاظ کیفری مسئولیت داشته باشه، این المنت ها، این ارکان باید همزمان باشن. Simultaneously. Or in another word must be concurrence of actus reus and mens rea.
همزمانی، تقارن،
تلاقی و توالی و همزمانی رو بله باشن. The other element is I believe causation. In another word, was the crime a direct consequence of the actions, or was it merely the unfortunate coincidence or unrelated consequence? یعنی ببینیم که آیا جرم صورت گرفته نتیجه مستقیم هستش، direct consequence، نتیجه مستقیم هستش، or it's the coincidence یا اثر تصادف بوده. I'll give you an example. For example, if you're angry, all right, and you're angry with someone and you hit him with a bat, for example, but he dies of heart attack, not from that heat, for example. There must be other cause of heart attack, like someone is not fit, he has unfit body, or family history of heart attack, which must be taken into account. Must be taken into account یعنی اینها باید به حساب بیاد که این بابت چی این اتفاق ازش افتاد. آیا اون ضربه باعث مرگش شده یا اون سکته قلبی heart attack. So here's the difference between manslaughter and assault and battery. Manslaughter قتل یا
ضرب و جرح. خب بچه این دو لغت هم بذارید میخواید دوباره به بچه‌ها بگیم خانم فرانی عزیز که یاد بگیرن. بچه assault and battery یه اصطلاح خیلی قشنگی هستش که به معنی ضرب و جرح هستش که اینو حتما یاد بگیرید، خیلی استفاده میشه. assault and battery. assault خودش یعنی حمله کردن. assault and battery میشه ضرب و جرح. خب manslaughter هم که قبلا با هم دیگه خونده بودیم و یاد گرفته بودید manslaughter. خب بفرمایید در خدمتتونم.
Okay, now looking at the crime liability in different law systems, here's the comparative part that you're so interested in. There are two different structure or frameworks, bipartite and tripartite. Bi means two, three means three, okay? تو بحث بررسی مسائل در سیستم ها من دو ساختار، دو تا structure or framework یا چارچوب مختلف هست. bipartite یعنی دو جنبه‌ای هست or tripartite. In common law courts, traditionally they follow a bipartite structure. توی دادگاه‌های معمولا کشورهایی که حقوق کامن لا دارن معمولا bipartite هست. It means liability in this case simply requires that two basic elements of crime offenses, actus reus and mens rea are fulfilled. یعنی این دوتا باید تکمیل بشن، فقط actus reus and mens rea، یعنی عنصر مادی و عنصر معنوی. In this system of law, criminal cases are divided into categories, criminal acts, sorry. Fault-based and strict liability. Maybe you want to introduce these two words as a fault-based, مبتنی بر تقصیرن، or they are strict liability. مادی صرف هستن. Exactly. That is fault-based. This one is
خب میخواید یه استاپ اینجا داشته باشیم خانم فراهانی، یه بار اینجا رو با هم دیگه ریویو بکنیم با بچه‌ها، یه سری لغات اینجا یاد گرفتیم. So we have two different types of systems, as you said. We have two different types of systems, I mean criminal systems. We have bipartite and tripartite. Bipartite that's یعنی دوگانه، یعنی you need two elements. You need two elements if that is bipartite. And if it is tripartite, it means you need three elements. Now, we are comparing these two systems together, bipartite with tripartite. What do we have in tripartite, for example, systems? As she said, we have two elements, that is actus reus, we have actus reus and mens rea in bipartite systems.
And these two must be fulfilled. Okay, and exactly, and that's why their system divides again to two categories of fault-based and strict liability. But in tripartite structure of crime, such as Germany, Netherlands, and
you mean civil law countries,
legal system, criminal liability. Yeah, exactly. Criminal liability takes place in three stages. The fulfillment of offense definition. It means actus reus and mens rea both. It means it has been defined in statutory laws.
در قوانین موضوع بعد
تحقق تعریف جرم باید در قوانین موضوع باید بیاد، میشه هم عنصر قانونی اینجا وارد میشه، به معنی این هستش که یک عمل به عنوان یک جرم در قانون جزایی اون کشور جرم شناخته بشه. The second, so the fulfillment of offense definition. Then the second stage is wrongdoing, خود عمل خلاف, wrongdoing, and blameworthiness, یعنی در واقع سرزنش پذیریش. So these three are logically connected, که این سه تا منطقاً به هم دیگه متصل هستن. Now I said somehow in our legal system, because the three pillars fulfilling an offense are in our legal system, mens rea, actus reus, and having been defined in statutory law. در صورتی که در قوانین ما لازمه که سه رکن هم وجود داشته باشه، عنصر قانونی، عنصر معنوی و عنصر مادی. I think it's enough for tonight.
You talked about of course tonight I think we learned a lot of words. Of course we just reviewed the words that I already of course taught them. If you would like, we can now of course again review the words that we learned tonight, because our main purpose in of course Godwara is to teach them some new words. And yes, we are not going to we are not going to talk about from scientific point of view. As you said, we have the actus reus, that is the first word that tonight we reviewed, actus reus. That means of course we can say material element of the crime. We can say عنصر مادی جرم, the material element of the crime, that is actus reus. Again, it's a kind of review. The second one that we talked tonight very much was mens rea, that it relates to the intention of the criminal person or a crime, that what you have in your brain, that is mens rea. Again, we talked about crime. We talked about crime.
Exactly.
Crime means something which is against the law. If you break the law, sometimes you commit a crime. And then we talked about two parts of actus reus. As you said, it has two parts. Sometimes it is positive, we call it commission. ارتکاب. بچه گفتیم که actus reus, that is the material element of the crime, عنصر مادی جرمه. It has two parts. Sometimes it is positive, that is we can say what I told you, and the second one, that is emission. It is ترک فعل. So we have commission, and then we have emission به عنوان ترک فعل. And then we talked about different of course criminal law systems. We have two types of different law, of course, criminal law systems. We have tripartite and two, of course, bipartite. Bipartite, it has got two parts, as you said, actus reus and mens rea. در سیستم هایی که در حقیقت دوگانه هستن دو جزء لازم هست، مثل کشورهای کامن لا، همونطور که خانم فرانی امشب برامون گفتن. و actus reus and mens rea are important, and they should be present at the same time, as you said. Yes, am I right?
And the other two words which are too important are recklessness and negligence. We don't have negligence in our law system, but we have negligence, and both of them comes under the criminal intention. که recklessness و negligence هر دو تحت عنوان در واقع قصد پیگیری هستش که عنوان میشه. We mentioned some
no,
other,
I think these are the words that just tonight, of course, we reviewed them. And of course, at the very beginning, you talked about the importance of legal system at the very beginning tonight. Do you have other things to add for those who just joined us and they are going to learn? Why should they learn legal English? Because at the very beginning, you just mentioned some important points. Do you have other points to mention why it is important for lawyers, for legal practitioners, for all the people in Iran nowadays to learn more? I mean, specialized English or legal English. Why?
It's important to be able to connect with other lawyers, for example, or it's very important.
Okay, there is something wrong with your connection, I think, Ms. Farahani. We don't hear you very well. We don't have your picture and we don't have your voice, I think. So I think there is something wrong with this, with her connection. We have to wait for Ms. Farahani to join us again tonight.
Yes, something went wrong and we missed Ms. Maria Farahani. Of course, she will join us again tonight. We are waiting for her request. As I told you, tonight we are discussing the, of course, elements of crimes in common law systems and in civil law countries. And then we compared them, and I told you some new words such as actus reus, mens rea, and commission and emission. These are the words that tonight we reviewed. And what I want you is to make some sentences at home with these words that you learned tonight. It is very, very important, because if you don't make sentences using the words that we taught you, you won't learn English. So you need to make sentences with the words that you learn. So again, I am waiting for Ms. Farahani to join us. If she can join us, because there was something wrong with her connection. So we wait to
have her again. Hello, back again. Yes.
Sorry for the interruption.
So let me repeat my question again. Yes.
The why
yes.
is so important. Why is it so important? All right. You know, as a lawyer, you want to connect with, some other lawyers. You want to talk to them about a case, or you want to share, for example, an article. As a student, you need to read a paper, article, book, or you want to study comparatively. So you need legal English, because it's different from from general English. In general English, you can easily speak, okay? You can easily, you know, make this connection with everyone. But you don't need, for example, a very broad
vocabulary.
Let's say, you know, loads of vocabularies. Exactly. You know, you just, you know, you need the usual, you know, words, for example, for everyday, you know, connections, talking. But when you want to read a case, for example, then you need the legal English. And if you, even if you know, ask a native speaker, maybe he doesn't understand what does mens rea means.
Exactly.
It's a Latin word. It's not English. Or the other words which has come from, you know, Latin, from Anglo-Saxons, or the Old English, which are not routine, you know, anymore.
Okay, exactly like the ordinary people in Iran. Ordinary people in Iran who are not lawyers, who are not legal practitioners, of course, they don't understand legal terms. When you talk to them, for example, you say khiyarat, they just look at you, what is that? For example, is it a cucumber, something that you eat, or that is something different? So legal English is very, very important.
And I heard, you know, lots of jokes about it, you know, recently. But, you know, it's very usual for us. And
what about for job? Is it important nowadays for lawyers and legal practitioners, or I don't know, legal counselors, for their jobs in the very near future? Because now we are living in an international community, and maybe our relationship with other countries will extend in the near future. How important is it for lawyers?
Not in near future, even now. For example, if you want to draft a contract, so you need to know the terms of that contract. You need the terms of the, you know, the legal words, you have to use it. So it's not for the near future, it's for now. You need it now. Because you go, for example, you want to read a book, you want to read an article, you need it. Besides the general English, you need to know
you can say it is
English.
Yes.
But for us, for the lawyers, you know, I think legal English is more important than the, you know, general English. Because when you learn that one,
yes, you're right. It is as important as the food that we eat. If we don't know legal English, we may, I don't know, come across a lot of difficulties or problems in our vocation. Yes, you're right.
And I know it's very difficult. And I know that learning English is really difficult. But there is no gain, no pain.
خب اینم به بچه ها بگیم که no pain no gain به چه معنی؟ شاید ندونم بچه no pain no gain یعنی همون نابرده رنج. نابرده رنج no pain no gain. Yes, very, very nice. Okay, and as the last question, Ms. Farahani, because as I told to our guests tonight, from now on we are going to work together, and we are going to have some clips, videos on legal English together very soon. Do you have any, I can say, suggestion? Do you have any recommendation for those who are going to improve their English, both legal English and general English? As someone who, of course, whose English is very well, do you have any recommendation to help them?
For general English, I believe that watching TV series nowadays, you know, TV series, you know, are very common. So you can watch them, you can enjoy them, and as well you can learn English. So you can practice your general English, you know, you're listening by watching TV series, movies, good movies, of course. And for reading, you can read different books, articles. Every night, just if you put just 10 minutes and read an article or a page of a book, you know, at the end of the year, you see that you have read an entire book. So it's very important to read and to listen. But what should we do, you know, for speaking? These lives are very, I think, helpful thing, because you know, I think for the next programs we can bring someone up and ask him or her to talk to us and answer our questions. And we have to believe that we are a group. We want to help each other. So there should be no embarrassment,
no shyness,
no shame,
nothing. Yeah,
and
exactly.
all this aside and just speak English and try it. We do not have to
Yes, that is
scare
the
anything
biggest
in this
problem, as you
world.
said. That is the
Nothing.
biggest problem that many
Exactly.
English learners are facing. Yeah.
There is nothing to be scared of. There is nothing to be embarrassed of. So if you want to achieve something, you have to practice, you have to try, you have to do everything you can do for it.
It was a very nice point that you just mentioned. From next lives, it is our, of course, intention, it is our will to ask other guys in the live of course, to come, to cooperate, to participate in our discussions. We can bring you up and you can cooperate with us, you can talk to us, because if you don't talk, you don't learn.
I believe this is a very, this is a movement. What we too have
done,
nobody
that
has
is the
done,
first
I
one,
think, before. So this is itself a movement. I believe
it's a
we
big
have
movement,
started
maybe.
a movement.
Yeah, so guys, those who are hearing just now, and those maybe, of course, in the future will listen to us, you are free to join us. We can bring you up in our lives. You can talk to us. You can learn English. You can learn more, and you can take part in our discussions, in our scientific discussions, legal discussions, and whatever that you like. Okay, I think that's enough for tonight. Do you have anything to add to what you said, or just we can finish the program? Yeah.
Yes. First of all, thank you and all the guys in Dadvare that they are helping and trying to improve this program. Thank you all. And I hope to receive the comments on this live for being able to improve this program and being a better
thank you very much. It was it was something very nice. And guys, we are waiting for your nice recommendations, for your nice comments. How would you like to learn English? Is it good for you that sometimes we speak Farsi, or you prefer that we have lives completely in English, no Farsi, no Persian words? It's up to you. We do whatever you like. But sometimes I think it is necessary to use Farsi because there are some words that you don't understand, you don't know. But anyway, we try to remove Farsi step by step, and then we try to switch to English completely in a very, very near future. Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Farahani, for tonight's discussion. It was very fruitful. Thank you very much. And I say goodbye to all of our followers, and I wish you a good night. Thank you. And goodbye, everyone.
Thank you and goodbye. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.